Messed up the outro again. Like a smart person. Anyway. Jesus Christ, why does my nose always get runny when I play this game? Does my body be like, oh, you're playing Katawa Shoujo again? Get a stuffy nose, like a bitch! Oh well. Oh, fuck. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. She sells seashells by the seashore. Boom, boom, vocal warm-ups. La 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 la. I have to do that now because maybe that's why I don't have oral dexterity or whatever you call it. Anyway, marker. What's going on, YouTube? You're back with Shades, and we're continuing our Let's Play of Katawa Shoujo. Last time we left off, we went to the track and found Emmy there, and she was like, hey, you got started with a workout routine. That's good, that's good. At least you got started. Why am I talking like this? Jesus Christ. Oh well. So anyway, that's basically where I left off last time, and if I talked too much last time about not the game, I'm sorry. But when I happen to go on tangents in my head, I happen to want to say them out loud, and YouTube gives me that medium to be like, hey, here are my thoughts on shit. And I don't know if that annoys people, so hopefully I'm not annoying people with that. So anyway, right where we left off. And like Emmy said, I just need to keep at it in order to get better, right? Practice makes perfect, or something like that. It's nice to at least feel like I've taken some semblance of control over my own health. I'll have to try to keep this up. I head back to the dorms to wash and change to my uniform, trying to resist the urge to take a really long and hot shower. I'm tired from all the running, so I just want to unwind, but I don't want to break my slowly building routine of getting to school before the morning rush. After taking a long shower anyway, I dry myself off to get out of the stall to put on my clothes. Oh no, it's a naked Kenji! Out of nowhere, a shadow appears within the mist, looming and radiating malicious intent. It burst through the fog. Sup? What are you doing in here? What the hell? You scared me. What's your problem? I shouldn't be asking you that. I've been looking for you all over the place, man. What do you mean all over the place? I want to ask you if you've been looking for me like that, stark naked, but I hold my tongue back. I finally realize I'm still naked too, quickly hold up my shirt in front of me, but Kenji doesn't seem to notice a thing. He's almost blind, so yeah. His glasses are fogged up, but then why doesn't he wipe them off? Is his vision so bad it's like he's perpetually seeing through fog? You know, your room, and yeah, that's it. I mean, I still have to get up though. Whatever, it's not important. Can I borrow some money? Dude, typical douchebag roommate. Like, I had a pretty bad roommate a long time ago. It feels like a long time ago, but it really wasn't. I had a pretty bad roommate, and like, he was a bit of a dick. He wasn't the worst possible guy I could have gotten, and like, I'm pretty sure there's worse roommates, but to me, he was a giant dick because my other roommate was super nice, and like, he tried his best to stay out of trouble, and like, oh, this roommate didn't get me in trouble, but like, it was more like he just did things to purposely poke at my, like, at stuff that really annoys me. Like, he would, like, he did stuff that I'm not willing to talk about, but, because it would get me on a long tangent, but yeah, he did stuff. Anyway, but Kenji seems like worse. Like, can I take some money from you? I'm like, oh, no! What have you done for me? Talking neutrally like this, swearing nothing, feels awkward. Actually, somehow it's even more awkward to be naked in front of someone when they can't see me being naked, to say nothing of the fact that it sees naked as well. I try to brush the feeling off with little success. Money? Sure. Awesome. Wait, why do you need it? Can't you just give it to me because I had the goodwill not to run through your pockets while you were in the shower? I could have, but exercise restraint, and in the end, isn't it the thought that counts? Come on, be a pal. No! You went into my room. You are a fucker. You went through my... You didn't go through my shit. You still invaded my privacy. If anything, I could easily walk to my room right now and be like, no, you don't get money. No, leave me the fuck alone. We may be sweet mates, but guess what? You're a dick. I want a room change. I will apply for one right fucking now. Because like seriously, if I had a roommate like this, I thankfully don't have ones right now, because like right now they're super cool with my recording. And like, there's literally one across the wall right there, and I have no idea if he hears me or not, like, or if he even cares. But like, yeah, they're super cool. Like, and they're pretty entertaining as far as like stories go from like their past. But yeah, they're great. But if I had a roommate like this dick, I would request a room change. Like if I could, like I would like be like, hey, I don't like Kenji, get me out of here. That's what I would do anyway. This makes no sense. If it's the thought that counts, I should be withhold payments, since his thoughts were so clearly impure, and his intentions are probably even more sinister since he can't tell me what they are. I say as much to him. I'm offended, man, but if that's your game, then fine, I guess I had no choice. I want to order a pizza, and I already have most of the cost of the pizza. I need your help for the rest. I get some of that pizza too, right? No. Are you serious? Yeah, I would give you some, but you have class, you don't have time to eat a pizza. What about you? I'm not going to class. I have to wait for the pizza and pay the guy, and then eat it. It's not easy. You have to obtain pizza stealthily. If you don't, everyone will see you and the pizza, and they will ask for a slice. Okay, on my campus, there's always like events with a lot of pizza, and I have to admit that today, when I went to our we call it the commuter lounge, because basically that's where commuters go when they have nowhere else to go, and like that's basically where they put all the excess food from events, and they brought a lot of pizza, and I'm just like, I want to take a box, but cause it's normal for this campus, like, oh, take a box, we have way too much food because we have to get rid of it anyway. So I'm like, but me being like still for some reason still in the high school sense, like I can't take it. They bought it. What am I gonna do with it? Like, but whatever. Basically, in college, if there's free food, you take it. Jesus Christ, it's hard work out there. It's a hard world out there. Everyone wants a piece, and you're the pizza-ness in an unforgiving world. Sorry, I ate before this recording session. It happens before, you know. That's how I knew. Every day I plan my vengeance, so that when people who wrongly order a pizza, I'll be there, ever vigilant. Kenji strikes a dramatic pose, completely without irony. But yeah, I only need like 400 yen. Please, you're my only hope. I can't go outside and buy my own pizza. It's too far. I try not to go out unless it's absolutely necessary. But let me tell you what happened last time I went out without carefully planning it out in advance. I was outside. I can't remember what I was doing. Something. Standing. Maybe I was wondering how I got there. And then, out of nowhere, it happened. Like a flash of lightning splitting the sky, like how you split a sandwich in 2 equal pieces to make it more manageable to hold and eat, a bird crapped on my head. It was the second most shocking moment of my life. What was the first? He ignores me and keeps going. I want to grab him and shake him. Is he just trying to keep momentum? I'll go with that, even though it's more likely he just didn't hear me. It was like the openings. It was like in the openings of some kind of anime show. You know, where there's always a part where the main dude's fighting his rival, and they fly at each other and clash swords. There's like a big dramatic colored auras and zoom. It was like that, but with poo. Okay. So yeah, I need some money, please. Don't leave me hanging, man. I only need like 1,000 yen. I thought it was 400. Okay. What? I'll pay you back, I swear. You better. That's what it means to borrow stuff. I don't know when I'll be able to pay you back. You have 1 week. Kenji winces, making a noise like a dying cow. A particularly disturbing fact, given that his baton is conducting freely. Jesus Christ. I hate this guy. Let's get through this quickly. You're not supposed to be so tight-assed about money between brothers in arms, man. Men have it bad enough as it is. Did you know that male porn stars only make about half of what female porn stars make? That's actually true. Because male ones aren't as popular because the porn industry is strictly male-driven. I mean, there are actually like female porn directors. It's kind of weird in my opinion. Well, not really kind of weird. It's odd because like it's a male-driven product. Porn is like male driven. Like there are female friendly ones, but like it's weird because like typically like the camera's always on the girl, like it's never on the guy. Like again, I don't see like guys making as much money in porn as girls, so like whatever. Oops, I struck my mic. That doesn't mean anything unless you're a porn star. So maybe I am a porn star on the side, struggling to make ends meet as I fight the feminist agenda. And you can't even spot me in your crumbs, you bastard. Nobody understands. Nobody. Wouldn't feminists be against pornography in the first place? Not necessarily. Giant tangent again. Feminism is about gender equality and respecting the choices of said females or anyone really. Feminists wouldn't necessarily be against pornography. They'd be against it if the girls were forced into it against their will. But if they freely chose it, like, yeah, I want to do porn, and I'm still in it. I've been in it like for X amount of years. Like, yeah, good for you. Like, personally, I don't care what job you choose, but if you're happy with it, hey, who cares? this feminist agenda stuff again. This stuff is important. I can see that you don't give a shit, but this is serious. Here, feminists are a dangerous enemy. Make no mistake. You take them lightly, and you'll wake up in the morning with a knife in your back. Bam! Out of nowhere. How do you wake up in the morning if someone stabbed you in your sleep? Women are terrible at stabbing things. I thought you just said don't take them lightly. Well, I mean, don't take them lightly for the big things. Individually, they're not a threat, but if there was some kind of war, like a big war, with men on one side and feminist forces on the other, it would be pretty ugly. This guy makes me so uncomfortable, because if a guy like went up to me talking about like, oh, feminists are evil, I would probably punch him. I would kill him. I would be like, no, you're a bigoted asshole. Men are not oppressed. If anything, it's a male-driven society. Women deserve more than what they get. Jesus Christ. Stop fucking with women. They deserve it. And by the way, if you say like women are bad at fighting, I know it's a long tangent from what he said, like, oh, women are bad at stabbing things. No, women in the military are probably very good at stabbing things. Women trained in martial arts are probably good at stabbing things. Ronda Rousey would kick your fucking ass. I'm sorry. I just hate anti-feminists. I'm sorry. I am a feminist. I will freely say that. I don't give a damn. But god damn it. Ugh. And the day will come when the feminists come out of their central top secret worldwide feminist headquarters and say it's on now, motherfuckers. You're being ridiculous. There's no big worldwide feminist headquarters building where they would even hide. Where would they even hide that? I mean, it would have to be massive. You couldn't hide that on Earth. Someone would notice a big fortress with only women in it. Who said it was on Earth? I turn away from Kenji and start practicing frowning faces in the mirror so that I can figure out what kinds of frown would best express my emotions. He can't see me from this distance anyway. Which unfortunately means that he just keeps on ranting without any regard to sense or sensibility. I would hate someone like this, like, who just doesn't know when to stop talking. Yeah, there's a war going on, a war not many know about, but it's a great one that will one day boil over and encompass all of known world. Then we'll have to pick sides, and we will have to make a stand. In fact, it's happening right now. Imagine it, a bloody battlefield, a vicious conflict without end. I almost gave up when I thought this cause was silly, and I grew tired of the bleakness of our fight. When I mistook the power went out for a feminist raid, and thought the end was near. But then I realized that if I gave up, it would all be over. I was like, whoa, and I knew I had to get serious, because I am the last sane man in an insane world. It's about duty. Must be a pretty crappy movement if it all hinges on one naked guy ranting in a bathroom at another naked guy. So can I have the money? He's blocking the way out. It's getting cold because I'm still naked and I want to go to class, so I agreed to spot him the money. Awesome, thanks dude. We should go bowling later on. Bowling? Yeah, it's the ultimate sport. There are almost no women bowlers either, making it almost the manliest sport. Oh, I hate him so much. Make him die, let him die. Oh god. By the way, fuck him. Should I wear my pink bowling shirt with matching shoes or the pastel green with the flower accents? There are bowling clothes. Maybe. Anyway, you had better pay me back. I can pay you back in stuff, right? I don't have the time to ask him about to elaborate what that means. I don't know. I have to get to class. You're kind of in the way. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't want to hold you up. And I have some stuff to do myself. The time has come. The time for what? I just like saying that. Okay, now the time has really come. For what? I had to use the bathroom. Get out of it. I was just going to, and what does that mean? It's a big bathroom. So I have to be alone or I can't go. The pressure. Okay, what if someone else comes in? I'll think of something. I give him my practice frown and it looks kind of silly reflected in his glasses. He either doesn't notice or doesn't see. Anyway, I get dressed and run back to my room, feeling as though an eternity has passed since I woke up. Hate that fucker! He needs to die. Well, not die, because no one should ever die just for being annoying, but Jesus Christ, like, I try not to hate characters, but God, I feel, and I can tell, he's purposely there to be annoying and awful, and he shouldn't be there, but yeah, whatever. That is time I'll never get back. I'll get him for this somehow. But right now I have to get to class. I'm the first person in class today, although I think I'm a little too early. Then again, sitting alone here for 20 minutes sure beats having to suffer that time with Kenji. The combination of fatigue, frustration, and boredom start making me feel very tired. I black out for a second, waking up when my head hits the surface of my desk. Rubbing my forehead, I realize this is a good reason as any to stay up for now and stop coming to class so early later. Eventually, I hear a tapping noise outside in the hallway, and Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. She's not in this class, so she must have had some other business. Maybe she's looking for Hanako. Oh no, it's this part. Yay! Lily stops at the door, looking hesitant, as if she were a vampire and can't come in unless invited. I consider doing so because she looks rather lonesome standing there. She steps in on her own accord, though, after straightening her skirt and shirt collar as if it were of importance to look prim when entering a classroom. Maybe that's some sort of hint as to her condition, or mental condition anyway. Because for all I know, like, it's more than just blindness with her, which seems to be with everyone in the story. But yeah, maybe for Lily, so yeah, that's great. Excuse me. She calls into the quiet classroom with a probing, delicate voice. I realize the silence might unnerve her because of her blindness, so I break it. Good morning, Lily. Hisao? Good morning. I didn't hear you come in. I wonder if she thinks it's suspicious I didn't say anything to her before. It's likely if I were to tell her too big a lie now, it would sink me. Well, I was already here, just asleep until now. Oh, have you seen Hanako today by any chance? No, she seems to come in only just before the bells ring, or after that. Do you want me to tell her something for you? No, it's fine. It's strange, but I think we're the only two people in the school right now. I didn't hear anyone else on my way here. I shouldn't have gotten up so early today, I guess. You're chastising yourself for doing something that other people should. Punctuality is a good thing. I think so, anyway. It's a very busy morning today. The festival is coming up soon, and today is a deadline for event registration, budget reports, and any other official paperwork. It could be that everyone is trying to complete the necessary forms at the last minute. Maybe that's why it's so quiet today. Hi! Misha pops into the room with Shizune as if on cue, shouting with a loudness that makes Lily visibly flinch. Hi, Hee-chan! Hi. Look, it's class representative! Hello! Lily smiles, probably amused by Misha or Shizune's use of the word look. Good morning. Of course, you're not the representative of this class, right? I'm not. Lily seems a little more guarded in her answers to Shizune than she was with me the other day. I guess they really don't get along at all. Then I realize that Lily might actually not know Shizune is present, and she's trying to detect whether or not she is. I too know who she's talking to. For all she knows, she's talking to Misha, but knowing that she and Shizune are practically inseparable, she might expect Shizune being the one that actually talks. Damn, how complicated. I guess I just had to help Lily out, for my own peace of mind more than anything else. You're here early, Shizune. You were here even earlier than us. Misha pops out her cheeks angrily. Why is she getting angry? Does she feel emotions on Shizune's behalf too? It's not that weird though, that Shizune didn't like my little comment. It's true, I was here earlier than them, so me saying something like that could definitely be misinterpreted as anything. Especially to Shizune, who doesn't have the benefit of hearing tone to gauge content. Before I can start weighing whether or not I should apologize, Shizune has already moved on. Class rep, it's a good thing you're here, we have to talk. Maybe I should give her a sing-songy voice whenever those like tildes come up. The festival's coming up in 3 days, right? Every other class has already handed in their projected budget reports for their event, even the first years, except you. I'm not gonna do the wahahaha. I don't know how to do the laugh. There's still time to hand it in, isn't there? Today. The deadline is today. You're certainly taking your time, aren't you? If I had it my way, I'd have all the necessary paperwork days ago, but someone had to say the deadline, please extend it. Yes, that was me, planning on something this scale is not a small task, and a week is too small a time frame to expect the whole class to work out such a complex issue completely. Not only that, her entire class is basically blind. You dick. Jesus Christ, I don't care who you are. Be understanding for people's situation. You're in a disabled school. Like, be understanding. Like, you're rushing Rin, who has no arms, to paint an entire wall. You're rushing a blind class. I don't care if there's 20 of them. You're rushing blind people to finish posters. You're a dick. I mean, you mean well by the school. I know you mean well. But you need to stop rushing people who have disabilities. You have one too, but it's not as debilitating as blindness or having no limbs. I'm just really adamant about being understanding of people's situations. I mean, you have to keep them accountable, but you have to understand that some people will take a little bit longer than others. Okay. Do you want to know what's harder than distributing the funds for one's class event? Handling the same matter for every class in the school, and then some. The one who does that is me. Misha puts her hands on her hips and stands up straight. Wow, she really is getting into the whole role. Lily doesn't look like she's very amused, though. Hey, Shizune, aren't you being a little too hard on her? There's a whole day left. Please, Hisao. It's alright. Lily seems happy I'm taking her side, but a bit conflicted that I might not think she can take care of herself. If this is about the budget, then I'm disappointed you think I have forgotten about it. I understand how important it is. Then, can I have it, please? Shizune, she might not have it on her at this exact second. It's not here right now. I asked 2 students to take care of it for me. Students from my class. She emphasizes the last sentence, much to my surprise. She knows about Shizune and Misha's efforts to rope me into the student council. I guess word must have gotten around, so she's using me as ammo against Shizune. This just gets better and better. Water break. It was your responsibility. A budget report isn't something you should just be delegating away. As class rep, it's your job to be on top of things. This kind of disregard for proper procedure is really just terrible. They completed it, being capable of doing so, but the students have been sick recently, so they could not come to school and give it back to me. If you want, I'll apologize on their behalf for getting sick. I think I'm making Lily sound angrier than she actually is, because being prim and proper means being able to control one's emotions, correct? Okay. Although Misha misses Lily's little jab entirely, Shizune doesn't, and she seems torn between being offended by Lily's daring jumping for joy at the prospect of a challenge. Lily, don't they live here on the school? That's a 5-minute walk, you know. What could they possibly have that prevents them from taking 5 minutes out of their busy lives to drop off something that will affect their enjoyment of their entire class? Lily opens her mouth to say something, but Shizune closes the gap between them and starts signing furiously, waving her hands around like an orchestra conductor. Misha tries her best to convey the same passion, but can't seem to lose her normal cheerful tone. The result is interesting and somewhat surreal. And what's with that attitude? I said it's not something you should be delegating away. Are you the class representative or aren't you? Tell me the names of those 2 students. They should have your job if you can't even handle something this simple yourself. Oh my god, I hate this. Jesus Christ. I don't, when I finally have to go to Misha or Shizune's path, I will not want to be on their side when this happens. I won't want to be on their side. I can't. Yes. No, Lily's kind of at fault here. She is late to the deadline. But also, Shizune and Misha are being completely unreasonable. It's deadline or you're a failure. First off, more than likely, Lily doesn't know how to write, unless she was born with sight. That rhymed. But if she wasn't born with sight, like I'm thinking she wasn't, maybe she doesn't know how to write at all. Maybe she's so used to Braille she forgot how to write. Come on! She's blind! Her entire class is blind and extremely vision impaired. If you expect me to get paperwork done in a timely fashion, fuck you! I mean, yes, keep them accountable, but extend their deadline because of their disability. Isn't that normal? I mean, students at my campus, if they have mental disabilities, then they have extra time to do tests and stuff like that. That's how it works. People with disabilities should understand the disabilities of others. I mean, come on, you're deaf. You have disabilities yourself. One form isn't the full extent of what I'm supposed to take care of. Lily's tone is growling, slightly impatient, but she's doing a good job of not letting Shizune see how unsettled she is becoming. She's playing her cards close to her chest. Shizune, on the other hand, wraps her fingers cheerfully along the edge of her glasses, knowing Lily can neither hear nor see how excited she is. Of course you do so much, class rep. It must be difficult being you. Lily tightens her lips at Misha's words, clearly understanding the intent behind them, even though Misha delivers them without a hint of sarcasm, which they were meant to have. Shizune and Lily don't like each other, that much is clear, but it seems a little much. It seems that Lily has had enough and is ready to push back. Oh, it's time! Cat fight! I was actually just discussing the budget report before you came by. You must be very talented to have finished all your student council duties so quickly that you can track me down to make sure I don't forget my own. Are you accusing me of slacking off? It seems like you're confusing me with yourself. I don't think so. That would be a very difficult thing for me to do, comparing myself to you. You're right! The difference between us is like heaven and hell, and it's not hard to guess which one you might represent. This is so epic! It's so out of place for a game like this. The air between them ripples with the heat of their enmity. Well, not really. They can't disguise it anymore, though, even though Misha looks like she's beginning to understand the real nature of this conversation. How could you not? And by the way, I saw that thing on Tumblr where it's like, why are girls drawn with their boobs like this? Boob pockets! Like, seriously, like, that's not how shirts work. That is not how shirts work, unless they're made like that. Because, like, typically, unless it's a skin-forming outfit, which, by the way, school uniforms usually aren't, their chest should not look like that. Hee-chan, don't you slack off either. What are you talking about? Aren't you taking part in the festival, Hee-chan? You are, aren't you? Then I hope you're doing a lot more than make sure it's going smoother than this person. I don't understand why Shizune is suddenly getting mad at me. I believe it's this one, but let me double check that. Well, yeah, obviously. But seriously, like... Oh, wait, no, wait, this dialogue option isn't to take their side. Hey, I'm the new guy, remember? It's not like I could have done much, even if I wanted. That's right, you shouldn't expect a transfer student to jump right into his first week. Lily taking my side feels oddly comforting, so I decide to back her up too. Yeah, you're being unreasonable with us both. Excuses, Miss Class Rep had plenty of time to deal with her report, and we're repeatedly offering you a position to help us with student council work, but you refuse to commit yourself to making the festival a success. Yeah, but as I said back then, I'm not sure if... I don't have time for this right now. No matter what I do, it'll mean being drawn into a confrontation with Shizune, and that's what she wants. Whatever, forget it. I turn my back at them. Lily, class is going to be starting soon, so we can talk more later. I'll tell you Hanako you were looking for her. I can feel Shizune freezing. Maybe this is the first time she's ever been ignored in such a blunt manner. Thank you, Hisao. I'll leave now then. She gives me the sweetest smile I've seen in all week, and turns on her heels to make her exit. As soon as Lily walks out on the door, I suddenly start feeling reluctant about turning to face Shizune. I can feel her eyes burning into my back, and I can't bring myself to look at her. She must be furious. I keep expecting Misha to say something to alleviate the tension, but it really is wanting too much. In the end, I go back to my seat, listen to the sound of Shizune's footsteps as she marches out of the room. She doesn't return until a few minutes before class. How early were you? Hanako doesn't come to the morning class at all, leaving our seat looking empty and lonely back in the classroom. I had to tell her that Lily was looking for her if I see her later. After the events of this morning, class was pretty boring in comparison. I turned the pages of my textbook lazily. I have a bit of catching up to do, despite trying to keep up with my studies at the hospital, but I'm not feeling that enthusiastic about it. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes, instead of opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations, taken directly from the book. The rhythmic clashing of chalk on blackboard seems to synchronize perfectly with the ticking of the clock. I start to copy down equations just to pass time, even though they are right there in the textbook. I mean, that gets your memory on it better. And I'm gonna have... No, actually, I don't think I have to end the part here, because last one went a little long, so I'll record a few more minutes, depending on what's going on next. When the bell rings, I'm not in any hurry because I have nothing to do, so I stay for a while reviewing what we covered in class today. I prefer to leave the last anyways, so I don't have to deal with the crowding in the hallways. I notice Shizune and Misha have also stayed behind, talking to someone from another class. Shizune is signing so fast that her hands make noises like swords cutting through the air. Maybe there is pent-up anger in there. Misha's trying desperately to keep up, but it's clear she can barely manage to even understand her. I put my head down. Whatever they're discussing, it looks like serious business. Shizune signs to the point where her wrists crackle, and Misha struggles to spit it out in word form. Sometimes she trips over herself, like she's dealing with tongue twisters, and then on top of that, she has to sign back anything the other girl says. Seems like a rough job. Misha looks tired, like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, their business is soon finished, and the girls sit down on their seats again. Ugh, I'm so tired. She's hanging her head limply in her desk, looking exhausted. I'll use the opportunity to reconcile with Shizune a bit, without getting roped into the student council thing again. Though I suspect the door is now closed for me. Festival preparation must be tough for you. Indeed, the people in this school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whenever I see people idling before and after classes, they're always talking about their plans for it. It's kind of neat to see everyone being so enthusiastic about it. Okay, this is where I'm going to end it here. Sorry, I keep going on tangents in my own mind, but I have very strong opinions about how people treat other people. Because, personally, I believe in being kind to others, given every chance. I mean, yeah, it's good to be able to stand on your own and be like, hey, I asked you to do this, you didn't do it, you didn't even tell me you couldn't do it, I could have told someone else to do it. It's good to keep, you have to keep people accountable, but also understand how their life works. And like, expecting blind people to fill out forms, you realize if it's a standard form, like a paper form with words on it, and it's not in Braille, more than likely they have it in Braille, but still. Like, if they expect them to fill out, like, standard forms, they have to find someone to read it for them and have someone transcribe their words and such. It's a lot harder for them to do stuff like that than us, because they don't know how to write, and they don't know what it even looks like. It's like explaining color to Shizune. It doesn't work. No. It's like explaining how sounds sound to Shizune. That's not how it works. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you like my explosive rants about my personal opinions on how to deal with your fellow humans, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, hit the subscribe button. And, of course, leave comments of what you think of the series, because, personally, I'm not sure. Because, like, I'm having fun, but I'm not sure if other people are having fun. So, thank you all so much for watching, and you are now exiting the Shadyverse. My name is Shades, and hope you've enjoyed your day in the shade. See you guys later.